Hi, it's Mike Imlach from London Holistic Nutrition. Today I'm going to do a fat video. Now that's to say I'm going to spend a couple of minutes today talking to you about fat and how you can use quality fats, especially saturated fat, in your diet to accelerate your weight loss and boost your health. Okay, now I know a few eyebrows have been raised at the mere mention of saturated fat, weight loss and health. And I don't blame you with the messages you've been getting over the years from the mass media and health service providers. But let me explain myself. First, let me give you some background information and take you back a little bit to the 1980s. Now, I don't know if you were around then, but I certainly was. And I remember all the publicity at the time about saturated fat. The World Health Organization announced that everyone should reduce saturated fat intake to reduce heart disease and weight-related problems. Now, that was the message, and over the last 30 years, people have done what they've been told. They've reduced their saturated fat intake significantly, but look what has happened. Heart disease is still a huge problem, and obesity in the UK is tripled. It's an epidemic worldwide. I think the statistics say on average we're 25 pounds heavier than we were in the 1980s. And that has been the consequence of taking quality fats out of the diet. Taking quality fats out of the diet has allowed the food industry to pack food full of sugar. Now, this might surprise you a little bit, but the fact is there has never been evidence that says the consumption of quality saturated fat causes heart disease. And I'm not talking about hydrogenated fats that are man-made and highly damaging to the body that you find in many processed foods and margarines that cause inflammation throughout the body. Now, when I'm talking about saturated fat, I'm talking about fat from an animal, either wild or organically farmed, or quality organic fats like unpasteurized butter, coconut oil, ghee, or lard, depending on what your preferences are. Now, isn't it funny that we've been consuming saturated fat from natural sources for hundreds of thousands of years, and yet it's only really since the introduction of food processing and cheap vegetable oils around the early 1900s that we've had serious heart disease and weight-related problems. Prior to that, heart disease was virtually non-existent. So, how can saturated fat help you with your weight loss? Well, it's simple. When you eat fats and proteins, the fat signals the brain that you're full, satisfied, and you don't need to eat again for 3 or 4 hours. Take the fat out of food and I can guarantee you'll eat more throughout the day, be hungry much quicker after eating, and you'll pack the weight on. The fact is, quality fats regulate your hunger, your blood sugar levels, your emotions, make you feel happier, calmer, and can dramatically improve your sex drive, because all of your sex hormones come from saturated fat and cholesterol, and you'll lose weight. So my message: include quality fats, including saturated fat, in your diet, and watch the weight fall off you starting today. Okay, thanks for listening, and if you need any more information on weight loss and holistic health, click on the link below and go to London Holistic Nutrition.